Right, let me double check because I'm not on my home system right now. So let me make sure I'm streaming while on a little bit of a travel. All right, thank you for tuning in. This is Marcus, aka Fingaz. I'm a music producer and composer focusing on sync licensing and movie trailer music, and this is an episode of the Syncrets to Success podcast, a podcast where I'm sharing about my sync licensing journey, trailer music journey, networking, doing events, panels, workshops, writing camps, and also plugins that I use, resources that I use, and offer for music creators like you and me so that we can continue our journey. Today, I'm going to talk about the Black Friday deals that are currently launching for a lot of developers today. I'm going to share just a handful of companies and things that I keep my eye out on, starting with Plugin Boutique. Before we get into that, also check out ASTS, who is a sponsor of this podcast. They make some great plugins for us to use as well as music creators. So let's dive in. Plugin Boutique is a company that resources and catalogs a lot of the major plugins across the world that we use. And I'm going to highlight some deals that are launching as of today, Black Friday 2025. Hopefully those in the US, you had a safe and blessed Thanksgiving yesterday. So let's get into it. I'm just going to note the ones that I have an eye out on. Also check out the links in the description. Some of those links will be affiliate links at no additional charge to you, but they help me to continue doing what I do for you, like videos like this. So these are great deals. I'm going to tell you the ones that I either have or that I want to get or that I will get. I will say look out the bundles. I'm going to click on this one. We're going to click on Diva. I do have FabFilter. I like Sound Toys. I have some of their plugins. I also, let me go back here. I also like SSL. I haven't used Melodyne, even though that's a good one. I haven't used the Roland bundle. This UAD one is actually pretty good. Shaperbox I don't have. I do have RC20. I have some of the Sonux. I have Ozone 12. Amplitude. Actually, I do have. But I don't really use it. I use a Logic stock. Autotune I don't have, surprisingly. Little Ultra Sound Toys. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Just going through Diva. I already highlighted Moog. I'm going to highlight it. I don't have this one, but I have another one. I'm going to tell you about that a little bit. SSL, again, we'll go with that. This one I actually got for free. And actually, you can get this for free right now as well. Expand 2 I do have, and then the $49 bundle. There's a bunch of deals on this site. Check out the links in the description as well, but I'm going to highlight the ones that I just noted. Then you have some deals on overall, like developers like FabFilter, Universal Audio. I believe also that Native Instruments is now added to the mix. And if you are watching this live, because I only have one screen because I'm traveling, I can't see the YouTube unless I open up the YouTube tab. So I can't see if you're dropping notes or anything, but I will go back and rewatch. So Native Instruments is now, the full catalog is now here in Plugin Boutique. So definitely check out the links in the description. You can check out the full catalog of Native Instruments now on Plugin Boutique. I use Contact 8. I just did a workshop with Native Instruments on Monday using Contact 8 to build a neoclassical trailer track using mostly Native Instruments plugins in Contact 8. And I think I use Massive in there a little bit as well. But you can check out their catalog there. All right, let's go through some of these tabs. Let's start with the $69 bundle, which goes until the new year, where you can save literally over $1,500, and you can spend $69 and get a bunch of plugins. Let's see, and then you can also, one thing to note, you can get one of these for free. So when you buy a plugin, get one for free. So I suggest if you have 3 or 4 plugins that you want to get from this site, buy them as separate purchases because you can only get one freebie per purchase, but you can rack up on the freebies if you make separate purchases. So let's say you buy one plugin, you get Mixbox for free. Then close that out, make another purchase another time or the same day, just make it a separate purchase. Then you can get the Black Friday gift for free or Massive. Then make another purchase, then you can get Boom for free and so on up till 5. And then there might be some new freebies coming out, in a few weeks or maybe even next week. So stay tuned. In this bundle, you're getting over almost $1,800 worth of pro level music production tools for just $69. And I'm trying to see, I do have some of these in here. Super VHS, I believe I have. I'm trying to see what's in here. There's a lot in here. There's a lot actually that I don't have. So let's see if it tells you what's in there. Contour. I'm not going to go through all of these because I don't know what they are, but and I don't have all these. Isotope Neoverb, I probably would get that, but I have a bunch of reverbs now, and for me personally to get any more reverbs, I don't really need any more. Outlaw, I've actually never heard of this one. What is this? Smoothing out vocals, balancing instruments. So looks like you're getting a beat grader. I'm not going to go through all these plugins. I'm just trying to see what some of them are. If anything catches my eye, this looks like some type of saturator type thing. Then we have Bleach. I actually use a bunch of their plugins on iOS back in my iOS music production days and iPad music production days. Stagecraft, I've heard of them. Haven't used any of their stuff. I have used Mastering the Mix stuff, starting with like Levels. They have some great plugins for helping you to balance your mix and stuff. Mix Room is another great one in their catalog. I also have used Audio Modern stuff, so check them out. I'm not going to go through all these. There's a lot here, but definitely check out the $69 bundle. I also have a lot of the Brainworks stuff, which I think they have some previews you can check out as well. I have some audio already stuff as well. I don't have that one. But yeah, some great developers in here. A bundle of plugins for $69. Just make sure you have enough space on your computer to download everything that's included, and also enough mental bandwidth to sort of keep track of what you have and how you can use it in your music productions, because sometimes you just buy a bundle just because it's on sale. Just make sure you can figure out how to use it for your music productions and process. Again, I'm not going to go through all these, just going down to highlight so you can see what's included. But check out the Plugin Boutique $69 bundle. Safari Pedals, they're actually, I think, fairly new to the plugin game, and they're really making a name for themselves. You can also get the Loop Cloud 1 month plan there. Then you have Plugin Boutique, throwing their plugins in there, of course. You should see some Plugin Boutique and Excite Audio stuff in there. So yeah, I'm not gonna go through all those, but some great stuff in there. Next, I have Diva. So I don't have this one yet. I'm probably gonna see if I can get my hands on it over the next week or two and do a review. This is from Yuhi or Yuhei. I don't even know how to say the company name, but a great deal on this. I've heard great things about this plugin. If I were to pick the next plugin to get from Yuhi or Yuhei, it would be Diva. So that one is on the list. The Spirit of Analog. I've heard some great things just from the presets alone. It's on 50% off there. So over 50% off. So definitely check that out, and also pick up your freebie. Next, we have FabFilter 4. I do have this one, Pro Q4. I've used this a lot on my plugins and mixes. You currently get 25% off until December 1st, so a couple days on that. Definitely check that one out. Sound Toys bundle. This is the 5.5 bundle. I have a lot of their plugins. I don't have the bundle, but I believe you can get these plugins and put them in their Mix Rack plugin, and you can sort of rearrange them and create your own sort of channel strips. But this is a lot in here, and you also get a nice discount on all these plugins. Ones I would definitely use often: Decapitator, Echo Boy, and Double Lock, I believe. I actually have this one. I think it's called Little. Is that called Little Echo? Not Little Echo Boy. It's a formant shifter. I have that, and I have Tremolator as well. So I have a couple of these, but I don't have this bundle. This is a pretty good deal, and you would be seeing these. I think they can all be housed in this effect rack here. So, and you can rearrange the order and things. So definitely check out the Ultimate Plugin Collection from Sound Toys and get some of their legendary plugins, including Super Plate, Decapitator, Primal Tap, Little Alta Boy, Echo Boy, Space Blender, and more. All right, next up, SSL Native Channel Strip 2. I don't have the Native Channel Strip. I have their Drum Channel Strip because I also have maybe the Vocal Strip. I got some of the plugins by purchasing the hardware. I do use at home the SSL 2 Plus interface when I'm at home mixing and things. So I use that interface for monitoring, and you get some plugins when you purchase the hardware. So the SSL 2 Plus came with a couple things. I don't think it came with the native channel strip 2, but I do have the drum channel strip and the vocal strip. But I love SSL. I actually learned SSL when studying at a school called Omega Recording Studios in Rockville, Maryland, where I was going to get my Pro Tools certification forever ago. And they had an SSL E console and I believe a G console. And yeah, just learned how to mix on that, and fell in love with the SSL sound among some other plugins as well. So, some other hardware mixing gear. So this is the SSL Native Channel Strip 2, a really good deal, actually. This is probably as good as it'll get as far as deals. 87% off until December 10th. That is a huge discount. Normally $149, you get that for $19. So check that out. UAD, build your own bundle mix for $99. You're saving 66% on this, where you can build your own bundle. You can pick from a lot of great available options here. You can see from which side you can compare which one is which and decide what you want to get. I would probably go for, like I said, I like SSL. So if you don't want to get it from the SSL side, you can get it from the UAD side. Get the 4000 E or G bus compressor or channel strip. I would also go for maybe the reverb. Like I said, I don't need any more reverbs, but if you want to go for that, I actually ended up getting one during a deal where they had a freebie. Polymax was free at one point. Lexicon is a great reverb as well to check out. I think I ended up getting the Century Tube channel strip, or I might have already had that one. I'm trying to remember what I have. I have a channel strip and I have Analog Machines. I do have a Moog Mini Moog, but that's from another developer on iOS that I can now use on my Logic Pro on my Mac. But there's some great options here for you to check out. Just some ones to highlight are the ones I mentioned. Maybe the API Vision channel strip, the API bus compressor. If you want to get the 1176, there's a lot of those emulations now, so you might not want that one specifically. Again, the SSL I'd probably go for. If you don't have like a Moog, I'd go for that one. Maybe the Verve Analog, the Century Tube channel strip, the Lexicon, the Polymax. Anything else here as far as what's catching my eye? Maybe Pure Plate if I needed more reverbs. But yeah, a lot of great things to choose from there. Build your own bundle Mixtape Pro. I'm not sure how many you can choose from that list to build your own, but definitely check that out from Plugin Boutique. RC20, I actually got this one for free because I had purchased a lot of plugins to have enough to purchase RC20 for free years ago from Plugin Boutique. So that's a great thing about using Plugin Boutique is when you buy plugins here, you get a freebie, including the 5 that I mentioned earlier. So make those separate purchases, but you also get credits towards future purchases. So, the more you spend, the more you actually get credits that you can use towards future purchases. So that's a great deal there. RC20 still holds strong. I don't know what year it came out, but it is a legendary sort of retro effect plugin, adding texture to your recordings and samples and things. So definitely a great pickup for $49.50, 50% off. So definitely check that one out. Sonics, I use this on a lot of my trailer music stuff, especially the inflator. I don't have the limiter actually, but I have the inflator, and I think I spent this just for the inflator alone. So now you can get both of them for the $39, 90% off. That is actually a really good deal as well. I use Sonic's Oxford inflator to add some. I put it even after my limiting, and I do use another limiter, but not the Oxford limiter. I should get that one. I think I mostly use like Ozone, which I'll get to in a little bit. But let's say I put my Ozone on my master channel strip, and then after that, I put the inflator. This is a trick that I learned by watching a trailer music composer, mix his track. And I was like, oh, he put the inflator after. And then also talking to these guys at NAMM and getting some tips and tricks from them on how to use a plugin. Different tips and tricks for that. Then you have the limiter here. This is a pretty good deal. Like I said, I think I spent around this just for the inflator alone. So definitely pick up that if you can from Oxford inflator. Then I would say my favorite mastering plugin, Ozone 12 Advanced. I've used Ozone for years. I've lost count, and Ozone 12, they just keep making this better in my opinion. I use it definitely on my trailer stuff, my Epic Cinematic stuff. And it's, and I mostly use the AI, clicking learn, let it do its thing, and then I tweak after that. But I mostly use the AI to get me like 99% of the way there. So definitely check out Ozone 12 for 25% off. That's a pretty good deal for that. It's for the update. So if you have a previous version, you can get, this is the update price. So make sure you have a previous version of it. It says any previous version, but definitely make sure you read the fine print on there to make sure it is for any previous version. But I do enjoy using Ozone 12. And then down here it tells you comparison chart, some of the differences of the things that you get. Maybe you just want the Elements version and not the Advanced. Maybe you don't need all these bells and whistles, which is fine because Ozone 12 Elements is just as good as far as the Master Assistant and everything is concerned. You just might not get all the individual controls that you might want. All right, Moog from Universal Audio, $29. This is a pretty good price as well. I mentioned that I got a plugin. I believe it was the Mini Moog Model D on the iOS iPad. I got that years ago when I was deep in iPad production. And there came out a way where you can bring your iPad plugins over to the desktop for Logic Pro by plugging my iPad up, hardwiring it up, and then I can use my plugins for my iPad on desktop. So that's the only reason why I don't have this version is because I was using it from the iPad, and then eventually there are some plugins that if you have purchased on the iPad, you can now download them on your Mac desktop app store location. So there's some plugins that I bought on the iPad that are music creating plugins that I can now use on the desktop because I can access them from the App Store and download them and use them in Logic Pro. Not for sure if that'll work with like Cubase and Pro Tools and things like that, but with Logic Pro, it's pretty seamless for some of those plugins. But if you don't have the iPad version and iOS version and you're not using Logic Pro or you just want a desktop version, $29 is a really good price for the Moog or Moog, Mini Moog, depending on how you want to say it. 80% off until November 30th, which is only 2 days from the time of this recording. So check that out. Next, we have the SSL 4KB. I talked about SSL earlier. $149. Actually, no deal on this, but check out some of those other packages that I showed earlier. I don't see a deal or discount But SSL, again, I love the sound and love the plugins and what they're doing. I also mentioned UA, as this is part of the build your own bundle deal. But if you just want to get the Century Tube channel strip, that's only $29 right now until November 30th. It's only a couple days from now. Check that one out. Then we have Expand 2. I do use this. This plugin is probably at this point 10, 15, I don't know, 20 years old. I use this to this day because it has some great sounds in there. It allows you to layer your own sounds. I've created my own presets. 70% off until December 7th. That is $29. It's normally $100. So check that out. There's some great reviews and videos about that. It's been around for a while. Oldie but goodie for sure. Then we have the Plugin Boutique. This will be the last one I show in this video for Plugin Boutique, but we have the $49 Black Friday bundle off until the new year, so you have some time to look into what's all included in there, as opposed to what I showed earlier. I think was the $69 bundle. So you have some bundles you can choose from if you only need a handful, but there's still a lot of plugins here. You get over 1,100 in this one, or almost $1,100 worth of plugins in this one, so you can compare and see if you want this bundle or the other bundles to see what you really need. Next, we're going to go to Audio Plugin Deals, APD. I used to do video demos for them on their YouTube channel forever ago, but they have some deals going on. So you want to tune in I think they're releasing these every day to see what the deals are. Let's see what this says. Yep. So maybe every couple of hours. So see what deals they have right now. They have 3 showing, including the T-Rack 6 Pro from IK Multimedia, which is 78% off, which is a really good discount. You have Chroma Accent here. Then you also have Sonokinetic Maximo, and then looks like a lot more to go. So I don't know how often these deals are going to be coming through, but check them out. There are links in the description as well, and some other deals that will be ending soon. So they tell you what's ending soon. I don't actually have any of these. I have Mastering to Mix some of their plugins. I don't know if I don't really use Animate. So yeah, check out what they have on their site as well. Audio Plugin Deals. Next, I do use this one, Mixing Night Audio. I probably use this plugin the most from their catalog. This is called All Comp, currently 50% off, which is a really good deal for All Comp, because when you get All Comp, you also get another skin called Lull Comp, which has a slightly different sound, but it's a fun way to approach plugin design as well. They also have Green Haas, which I'm going to show in the plugins here, which is a Haas effect. Great deal on that as well, 50% off. So you see the other skin here for called Lull Comp, All Comp. You get both of those for the one price, $75. Then you also get Green Haas for $25. So you can get the bundle for $100. So that's a pretty good deal for some great plugins from Mixing Night Audio. Still a sort of relatively unknown plugin developer. Full disclosure, I do a segment on the Mixing Night Audio YouTube channel. I've been doing that for 4 years, showing free plugins and deals, not unlike this one that I come across. The next episode will be, at the time of this recording, it will be next Wednesday, I believe. So tune into that. The first Wednesday of every month is a new episode on the Mixing Night Audio YouTube channel. All right, a couple more to go, and then I'm going to end this video for now. We have Zero G. They make some of my favorite plugins, especially for cinematic stuff, for trailer stuff. My favorite ones, I would say, are Kepler and Kepler 2. They also have some really great vocal plugins in the Odyssey and Etheria Gold series. But Kepler 2 currently on sale, $119.95. This just came out a couple months ago, and it is the second in their Kepler series. Kepler 1 is incredible as well. Probably my 2 favorite plugins in their collection, Kepler and Kepler 2. I use Kepler 2 on some recent trailer stuff, so I used Kepler 1 a lot. And now that they have version 2, I've been using version 2 a lot. But some great deals on the site. Definitely check them out. Use the links in the description again. I also use Mobius Modular. So I use Mobius Modular on a lot of my synth tension underscore stuff, which I like using, the Mobius Modular, and I think there's 2 versions of that as well that they have out. So definitely check out Zero G. Very underrated plugin developer. They have a lot of instruments in there. Check out the videos as well, because the videos they use. Last but not least, my site, Fingaz.com. If you go to sample packs, I currently have some deals going on. If you go to and you purchase anything, use the code Black Friday 25 for 50% off any price you see here under the sample packs courses page. So sample packs, I just released the Clap Friday bundle. In addition to Clap Friday Volume 3, the bundle includes all 3 volumes. So really, for the price of one, if you use the code Black Friday 25, you can get all of them for the price of one, which will be 75 royalty-free clap loops that I composed or clapped, literally recorded and clapped. Or you can get version 3, or you can get version 2 or 1, which will be further down in the catalog. There's no volume 2 there. I also have the cinematic drum loops, Chill Factor. I created this while in Canada. Then I have the horror music bundle. This is a course and a couple of the sample packs bundled together to help you create like that horror music style. Then I have a neoclassical trailer music course, the epic cinematic percussion course, the Disney style music course, epic cinematic hip hop course. All of those Then I have the networking course. I have some scripts you can purchase for networking. Then some other sample packs, Luxurious Keys. There's Clap Friday Volume 1, Sting Endings, which has been, I believe, the bestseller on the site. Intimacy, piano strings. Then I have orchestral loops, child's play, bell loops, church organs, and dream keys, piano loops. This is all, use the code Black Friday 25 for 50% off of those. The services currently are not on a discount, but if you have something that you're interested in, just hit me up. We can do a consult for 30 minutes. I'll talk to you for 30 minutes, or you can do 460 minutes. That is a Black Friday deal. Also, I do some remote production and mixing and editing and things like that. Or trailerizations. That is a service that I offer as well. So just let me know what you're interested in doing. That is all I have for you. Some incredible deals happening, not just on Plugin Boutique and audio plugin deals and Mixing Night Audio and Zero G, but also on my site, thefingers.com. So check all of them out. Hopefully your wallet can withstand a couple more weeks of deals. I think there's going to be some deals stretching into the new year, as they tend to do every year round with these plugin developers and things. So check out all the deals available to us as music creators, and let's just start making great music and continue making great music and finding these opportunities and building up our toolbox and arsenal to continue our journey as music creators. This has been Marcus Manderson with more plugins for you to check out. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. Like, comment, and subscribe to this podcast. There'll be more on the way. Stay tuned. Be safe and be well, everyone. All right. Peace.